Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing absolutely well. Guys, in this video, we will be practicing questions based on aptitude, reasoning and verbal ability that will be very helpful for you if you are also going to appear for your Wipro online assessment, be it WILP or ELITE, because we know the pattern of exam is same, the online assessment. Only the difference is then in ELITE you will get separate coding question also, but in WILP you will not get that coding question. But apart from that, aptitude, reasoning and verbal ability section is going to have same amounts of question and same patterns. So this video is helpful for all the ones who are appearing for Wipro online assessments. Before we start the video, if you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel as I regularly upload these kinds of helpful videos for all of you. Also, there is a complete playlist on my channel related to Wipro preparation. Make sure to check that too. You will find a lot of helpful videos in that playlist also, if you are finding the video helpful, please write the word helpful in the comment section so that I get to know how many of you are preparing for this exam. And if there is a lot of helpful comments that I receive on this video, I will soon upload next part of this video also, where I will post more preparation question for all of you. So without wasting any time, let's get started with today's video. Let's look at this question. A batsman scored 110 runs, which included 3 boundaries and 8 sixes. What percentage of his total score did he make by running between the wickets? Okay, and we are given different percentage amounts. Okay, let's try to solve this problem. First of all, if you notice, we are given a score, okay, like which is 110 runs, but this score also include the runs which are made by 3 boundaries and 8 sixes. Okay, so let's first of all differentiate or filter the data, because you know what we need to find out. We need to find out the total percentage of the total score that he will make by just by running, okay, and not the others. So out of this 110, we need to remove these runs, okay, which were made without running, right? So let me write it, okay. Number of runs made by running, okay. So we will filter out the data. Number of runs made by running will be how much? Total runs, which is going to be 110, minus the runs which are made by this two things, right? So first of all, let us understand 3 boundaries means what, okay. So guys, in order to solve this question, you should have a basic understanding of cricket, otherwise you can't solve it. Basically, when you hit a boundary, get a 4, okay. So 3 boundaries means 4 times 3, okay. 3 times you get 4 runs, and then plus what? 8 sixes. So sixes everyone knows. So in one sixes we get 6 runs, right? So 8 times you put a 6, right? So total, out of total score, these are the things which you need to minus. Then we will get your runs which you have made just by running, okay. So let's try to solve this. 4 3 the 12 plus 50 48, okay. 48 plus 12 is what? 50 60. 110 minus 60, okay, which is going to be 50. So we have got the runs which were made like just by running. Now we need to find the percentage, okay. So percentage made by running, I'll just write simply. Percentage made by running will be how much? 50 upon the total score, okay. So we know how we calculate percentages. The number of runs that are made by running and the total score multiplied by 100, okay. This will give us percentage value. Let's solve this one, okay. So we are going to get it as which is going to be 500 by 11, okay. So further, if you differentiate or if you solve it, let's try to solve it also. 4 times will be 44, then we will get 6, then we will have 5 times 55, we will have 5. How we are going to write this? So the correct answer in this case is going to be 45 5 by 11 percentage, okay. So see, 45 here, okay, this one, and then 5 in the remainder will go here, and then this 11 will come here. So we have got 45 5 by 11. So the correct answer in this case is going to be option number B, okay. The correct answer is option number B. Hope you have understood the logic, how we have to find out. So see guys, these types of tricky questions might come where you need a knowledge of some other topic also. Like in this case, you were expected to understand the knowledge of cricket. Otherwise, you can't solve this question, because if you don't know how much runs are there in a boundary, then you cannot solve it, right? Moving on to the next one. we have this question. Okay, let's try to solve this one. Okay, now before we solve this, I want to let you know that this type of questions are called as data sufficiency based questions. Okay, we are given a data and then we are asked questions out of it, and we have to tell if the data that is given to us is fine to find the answer or not. Okay, let's try to look at this question, then we will understand more. The question is, the area of a playground is 1600 meter square. This is meter square. Okay, what is the perimeter? Okay, we are asked perimeter. Now first is, it is a perfect square playground. Second point that is given to us is, it costs 3200 rupees to put a fence around the playground at a rate of 20 per meter. Now based on this, we have different options. Okay, these are our options of the question. That is, one alone sufficient while two alone not sufficient to answer. Two alone sufficient while one alone not to, sufficient to answer. Either one or two alone sufficient to answer. Both one and two are not sufficient to answer. Both one and two are necessary to answer. Now what to answer? The question is, what is perimeter? So we have to tell, can we tell the perimeter value based on 1 and 2 or not? Okay, let's try to solve. See, what we are told is area is what? 1600 meter square. Okay, so see, according to point 1, it is told it is a perfect square playground, right? So what we can say is, if it is a perfect square playground, then we can get a side. Okay, right? Because area square is what? Side square. So what we will do? We will do under root of area that is given to us, which is going to give us what? Side. So side will be 40 meter. Now once we have the side, what we can do? We can calculate perimeter, because what is the formula for perimeter? 4 into sides, right? So 4 into sides, which is going to give us what? 1600, sorry, 160. So perimeter will be what? 160 meter. 160 meter. So see, basically our point was not to find the answer, but we just have to come to the conclusion that the statement that is given to us is helping us in reaching out our final answer or not. Okay, the question was, what is the perimeter, and based on this equation, that is, it is a perfect square playground, we have found out the solution. So we can say yes, statement 1 is sufficient to find the answer. Let's analyze about statement 2 also. So for statement 2, it is told that it costs 3200 to put a fence around the playground at the rate of 20 per meter. Okay, now we are given different data. So see, let me write some basic thing. So total cost is equals to what? Cost per meter, we can say cost per meter into cost per meter multiplied by perimeter. See, understand what we are doing here. Total cost, okay, of fencing will be how much? Cost of 1 meter into perimeter. Perimeter is basically the length or the perimeter is basically the length of our this area, right? Or playground basically. So cost per meter, do we have that or not? So cost per meter is given to us in the statement 20. Perimeter is given to us or not? Perimeter, actually perimeter is the one which we need to find out, right? So perimeter we will take as it is. And third thing is, total cost is also given 3200. So see, with this statement also, or with this equation also, we can find out perimeter value, right? So 3200 divided by 20, right? And then this will cut off and give us what? 160 meter. So what we can say is, yes, statement 2 can also lead us to our answer, which is the perimeter. So the correct answer in this case is either 1 or 2 alone sufficient to answer. Okay, because 1 or 2 both are independently sufficient to answer our question. Okay, we do not need them both together, or it is not like one is needed and other is not needed, or the other is needed and one is needed. So hope you understood these kinds of data sufficiency questions. These are very important. So just in case if you are seeing for the first time, it will be a good practice. Okay, we are going to solve more question on this one. So this is data sufficiency and this is based on areas. Okay, so the correct answer in this case is option number C, which is both either 1 or statement 2 alone are sufficient to answer our question. Let us move on to the next question now. Okay, we have this question. Two students appeared at an examination, okay, and one of them secured 9 marks more than the other, and his marks was 56% of the sum of their marks. The marks obtained by them are, okay. Now these are like easy questions, I would say, based on kind of ratio and proportion. Okay, let's try to solve this. See, what is told is two students appear for an examination. One of them secure 9 marks more than the other. Okay, and we are not given direct marks. Okay, we have to find it out. So let us first suppose few things. Let the marks be let the marks be x and x plus 9, because what we are told, the marks of one is 9 more than the other. So if we consider the marks of one is x, then the marks of other can be considered as x plus 9, correct? Then what other thing is told is the marks of see, read this statement from here. One of them secured 9 marks more than the other, and his marks was 56% of sum of their marks. Okay, so what with this statement we can create one more equation, that is one of them secured 9 more marks than the other, and this 9 more marks than the other is equals to what? 56% of the sum of their marks. So we can write what? 56% of sum of their marks. So sum of their marks is what? X plus 9, right? So this is what the statement is saying, right? Now read it again. One of them secured 9 marks more than the other, and his marks is 56% more than the 56% of sum of their marks. Okay, so based on this we have formed this equation. Now by solving this equation we will find out the value of x, and based on the value of x we will find out the marks obtained by both of them. Okay, let's try to solve it. So x plus 9 here, and then 56 upon 100 percentage we will simplify, and we will solve it. 2x plus 9. Okay, and this one what we can do is x plus 9. Okay, and this is like if we cut it off by, let's cut it off by 4, so it is going to be 4 and 1 and 14, and here it will be 25. So this 25 will go there, so it will come here, and here we will have 14. 2x plus 9. Okay, this is our equation as of now. If we solve it, 25x plus 25 into 9, okay, is equals to 28x plus 14 into 9. Okay, simplifying it more, okay, you will get it something like 3x equals 99. Okay, and then x equals what? 33. Okay, so now we have found the value of x. Now what we were told is, if one is 33, then the other was 9 more than it, right? So 33 plus 9 is what? 33 plus 9 is 40. So the correct answer in 33 plus 9 is 42. Okay, so the correct answer in this case is going to be what? 33 and 42, right? Let's see if we have that option. Yes, we have the option as option number C, which is 42 and 33. Hope you understood the logic, right? First of all, we were given an equation. We have to find we have to form a equation. Okay, based on that we have found out the value of x, and then finally we have found out the marks obtained by them. Okay, moving on to the next question. So guys, before we dig into this question, if you are new to the channel and haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure to do so, because it takes a lot of hard work to create these kinds of videos. Okay, because you will see that mostly this kind of material is paid everywhere, and I'm trying to provide it for free for everyone. So please support, and please share your reviews in the comment section. How are you finding these videos? Is it helpful for you? Do you have any suggestions for me? Any improvements that I need to make? So please support, guys. Okay, let's now move on to the next question. We have this question: the area of rectangle is equal to area of right angle triangles. Okay, what is the length of a rectangle? Now see, again this is a data sufficiency based question. Okay, I'll write it. So data sufficiency based questions, what we have is, we have two statements. Okay, we have to tell, based on these two statements, can we find out the answer of this question or not? Okay, let's see how we can solve this one. So what we are told is, the area of rectangle is equals to area of right angle triangle. Okay, let's try to write it. Area of rectangle, okay, is equals to what? Area of right angle triangle. Now we will need the formula of these two things. Okay, so if you are not aware, you need to know the basic formulas. Okay, so area of rectangle is what? Area of rectangle is length into breadth. Then this will be equals to area of right angle triangle. The formula for area of right angle triangle is half into length into breadth. Sorry, not length into breadth, but half into base into height. Okay, and based on this, what we will do, we will see what the data that is given to us in the equation 1 and equation or statement 1 or statement 2. Okay, the statement 1 says the base of triangle is 40 centimeter. Okay, let's try to substitute. Okay, so base of the triangle is 40. So if we will put 1 by 2, and this is base, okay, and this is height, and this is length, and this is breadth. See, what is the length of the triangle? Oh, sorry, what is the length of the rectangle? So we need to find this, but still we need three things, that is breadth and height. So we can say statement 1 is alone not sufficient. Okay, let's see if we take statement 2 along with statement 1, then can we solve it or not. The height of the triangle is told is what, 50. Okay, so let's put that value also. So we are taking one value from statement 1 and one value from statement 2, and then let's try to see if we can find out or not. We have to find L value, but still we don't have B value. Okay, so even statement 2 also cannot help us. So we can say statement 1 and 2 both cannot help us. Okay, so that is what the options that we have is, among that E is the correct one, that is both 1 and 2. Sorry, no, this is not the correct one. Let me again like correct it. Both are not sufficient, right? We have just seen both are not sufficient in our case. So our answer would be both 1 and 2 are not sufficient to answer, right? Because we have already seen that if we take both also, then we cannot find the answer because the B value is not given to us, right? So the correct answer in this case is option number B, that is both 1 and 2 are not sufficient to answer our question. Hope you have understood it. Moving on to the next one. We have this question: A and B together have rupees 1210. Okay, if 4 by 15 of A's amount is equals to 2 by 5 of B's amount, how much amount does B have? Okay, let's try to solve this question. What it is told is 4 by 15 of A's amount is equals to what, 2 by 5 of B's amount, right? Now let's try to create a ratio based on this value. So A by B, B will come down, and then this will be 2 by 5 into 15 by 4, right? 5 these are 15 and 2 times 2 4, so then we will get 3 by 2 A by B, right? So now we have the ratio of A is to B as 3 is to 2, right? Now what we are asked is how much amount does B have, right? So we can easily find it now because together value also it is given to us is 1210. So we can write it something like 3x plus 2x is equals to 1210. Now based on this we will find out the value of x, and then we will find out the final value of B. Okay, so let's solve this one. 3 plus 2 is 5x, 1210, x is equals to 1210 divided by 5, and 5 2s are 10 and 5 4s are 20, and then 5 2s are again 10. Okay, so we will get the x value as 242. Now what we need to find? We need to find the amount that B has. So for finding the amount that B has, we need to do 2x. So 2 into 242, this is going to give us 484. Okay, which is going to be our correct answer, 484 rupees. Let's see if we have that option. Yes, we have the option as option number B. So in this case the correct answer is going to be option B. Okay guys, if you have any doubt in any question, let me know, okay, in the comment section. Moving on to the next question now. Okay, so now we have this question, that is two numbers are respectively 20% and 50% more than a third number. The ratio of the two numbers is what? Okay, so let's try to solve this one. Okay, so first of all we need to find out we need to assume few things, because see what is told is the two numbers are respectively 20 and 50% more than the third number, and we don't know the third number. So let's suppose that let third number be x. Okay, so we are considering third number to be x. Then first number, okay, what we can say, first number will be what? First number is 20% more, right? So 20% more means what? 120% we can say, right? 20% more of this one, 120% of x, right? In the same way, second number is what? 50% more. So what we can write it as 150% of x, right? Let's try to simplify it further. 120% of x, how can we write it? 120 by 100 x, right? Then if we will solve it further, we will get what? Let's cut it off with this one, and then we will cut it off further with 2. So 2 6s are 12 and 2 5s are 10. So this is going to give us 6x by 5. In the same way, let's simplify this one also. 150% of x. Okay, so this is going to be how much? This is going to be 3x by 2. Okay, 5 3s are 6 and 5 2s are 10. That's why. So 3x by 2 we have simplified it and got it. Now we are asked ratio of two numbers. Okay, so we have the values of two numbers. First number is this and second number is this. Based on this, we will find out the ratio of two numbers. So 6x by 5, okay, is to 3x by 2, right? So if we will solve it, what we will get? 6 into 2, 12x, 5 into 3, 15x, right? I have just done cross multiplication in this way. Okay, this will multiply with this and 5 will multiply with 3, so we will get 12x is to 15x. Now we can further simplify it, 12x by 15x or something like this. So it is going to be around how much? 3 4s are 12, 3 5s are 15. So the ratio that we have got finally is what? 4:5. Let's see if we have that option. Yes, we do have. The correct answer in this case is going to be option number C, that is 4:5. Hope you have understood the logic. If you have any doubts, please let me know in the comment section. Let's move on now to the next question. The next question is this one. Okay, a sum of money at simple interest amounts to 815 in 3 years and 854 in 4 years. We have to find the sum. Okay, see, this is a question based on simple interest. Okay, so let's try to solve it based on the data that is given to us. We need to find out the solution. Okay, so see, simple interest for 1 year, it is what? Okay, we will try to solve that. See, simple interest for 3 years is 815 and simple interest of 4th year is 854. So the difference between two simple interest is the simple interest of 1 year, right, that we have. So 854 minus 815, this is going to give us rupees 39 as the simple interest for 1 year. Okay, now what we are told is we have to find the sum. Now what is sum? Okay, you have to understand, sum is the money that is like we have originally invested. Okay, and simple interest is like our original money along with the additional interest. Okay, that is what is called as after 3 years that we have. So let's try to simply solve it. So simple interest for 3 years, we are told, right, simple interest for 3 years is equals to 39 into 3, right, because we have found out the simple interest of 1 year. So that is why we are simply calculating it. Now principal will be how much? So principal is what? See, let's find out the principal amount. So the principal amount is going to be what? So for a sum of money at simple interest amounts to rupees 815 in 3 years, right? So 815 minus 117, because 117 was the simple interest, right? And the total amount includes what? See, this 815 is what? Our sum. Okay, sum or principal, okay, whatever you can say, plus simple interest. So in order to get our sum value, what we are doing, 815 minus simple interest we are doing, this will give us our original amount. Okay, that is what we are solving here. So 815 minus our simple interest for 3 years we have calculated here. So when we will subtract this, we will get the final answer as 698, which is this one. Okay, so the correct answer in this case is going to be option number C, which is 698. Okay, so 698 is the original amount that was invested. Okay, or the principal amount we call it as. Moving on to the next one. Okay, so the next question is this one. A sum fetched a total simple interest of rupees 4016.25 at the rate of 9 PCPA in 5 years. What is the sum? Okay, see, now this is again a like very straightforward simple interest based question. Okay, so before we dive into this question, let me tell you a formula. Okay, this is very important. I hope like most of you will be aware, but if you haven't practiced aptitude from a longer time, the possibility is that you might have forgotten this formula. Let me refresh it for you. So there is a formula in simple interest, that is PRT divided by 100. Okay, let me tell you what is P, what is R, and what is T. So P stands for principal, okay, R stands for rate, and T stands for time. Okay, so whenever you have a simple interest based question, okay, try to see if you have these kinds of values in it or not, like that is principal, rate, or time, because you know what happens is mostly, and SI usually is represent for simple interest. Okay, mostly, you know, you will be given like there are these 4 things, right? 1 2 3 4. Okay, so out of 4 you will be given 3 things and you will be asked 4th one. So that is what mostly the questions you will get. Let's see in our case what do we have. So see, what we are asked is principal sum. Okay, now if you are not aware what is sum is principal. Okay, always remember that. So we need to find principal. So let's try to formulate it in this way, that is simple interest into 100. This 100 will go up and then this R and T will come down. Okay, that is rate and time. Now let's substitute those values. So simple interest value we are already given, that is 4016.25, okay, and then multiplying this 100 here, okay, divided by what? Rate. So rate is given is 9, okay, and time is given is what? 5 years, so into 5. So now if we will solve it, this 2 will multiply and become 401625, and then 9 into 5 is what? 45. Okay, if you will cut off and simplify it, and then finally you will get it as answer as rupees 8925. Okay, so the correct options out of this is option number D, that is rupees 8925. Hope you have understood it. See, as I told you, these kinds of questions are very common and like very much asked. Okay, so and this is not even tricky also. You just need to make sure that the mathematical calculations that you are doing is correct. Okay, so you just need to substitute the values, and based on that you will have to find out the value which is asked. Okay, either you will be asked principal amount or rate or time or simple interest, whatever you are asked. Apart from that, all the other values you will be given. You just need to substitute in the formula and find it. Okay, let's move on to the next one now. Okay, we have this question. A person crosses a 600-meter long street in 5 minutes. What is his speed in kilometer per hour? Okay, so we need to find speed. So see, let's see. Speed is what? Let's try to substitute the value. Okay, speed is equals to, usually there is a formula called as distance upon time. Okay, if you are not aware. In this case, the distance that is given to us is what? 600, right? 600 meter. Okay, and time is given to us is what? 5 minutes. And see, first of all, we need to we are asked to find out the solution in kilometer per hour. Okay, so kilometer per hour, and here we have the values in meter per, and this is what? Minute. So see, kilometer, in order to find it in kilometer per hour, we need to first find it in meter per second, and then we can convert it to kilometer per hour. Okay, so see, this is minutes, right? The below part is minute, so we need to convert it into seconds. So 1 minute has 60 seconds, so that is why I'm going to multiply it with 60. So in 5 minutes we will have 300 seconds, right? So let's solve it further. So 600 divided by 300, this is going to give us what? 2 meter per second. Okay, now let's convert it into kilometer per hour. Okay, now if you are not aware how to do it, see, there is a straightforward thing. Whenever you need to convert meter per second into kilometer per hour, you can simply do 18 by 5 multiplication. Okay, now just in case if you are very curious how this 18 by 5 came, see, in 1 hour how many seconds do we have? We have 3600 seconds. Okay, and in 1 kilometer we have sorry, in 1 hour we have 3600, and in 1 kilometer we have 1000 meter. Okay, so based on this, when you will solve it, like these two zeros will cut off, and then 2 18s 2 times 18s is 36, and 2 times 5 is 10. So in this way this thing has came. Okay, so whenever you have to convert it, so again and again, every time you don't have to remember. This is kind of a short trick you can remember, which will be helpful for you. When you will solve it, you will get the final answer as 7.2 kilometer per hour. Okay, so the speed is going to be this one. Okay, 7.2 kilometer per hour. Hope you have understood it. Any doubts you can ask in the comment section. Let's move on to the next question now. Okay, now we have this question. An aeroplane covers a certain distance at a speed of 240 kilometers in 5 hours. Okay, and to cover the same distance in 2 by 3 hours, it must travel at a speed of, okay, again we are asked speed only. So let me write the basic formula so that you don't get confused. Speed is equals to distance upon time. Okay, now the major part is, in order to calculate the speed, we need a distance upon time. Okay, so to cover the same distance in, see, second time is given to us, but second distance is not given to us. Okay, so first our duty is to calculate the distance. Okay, so see, distance is equals to what? 240 into 5. This is going to give us 1200 kilometer. Okay, now just in case if some of you are confused how I have found out distance, I have taken this one. Okay, and I am just substituting speed into time, right? Just rearranging the formula. So this will give us distance value, okay, which is 1200 kilometers. Okay, so we have found out our distance value which we needed, and time was already given to us. Okay, time is what? 2 by 3, which is okay, sorry, 2 by 3, which can also be written as 5 by 3 if some to simplify it. and now we need to find out speed, right? So speed is what? Distance we have already found out as 1200 and divided by 5 by 3, right? So in order to simplify it, we can write it in something like this, right? So when you will finally solve it, you will get something as 720 kilometer per hour. So the correct answer in this case is going to be option number D, which is 720 kilometer per hour. Hope you have understood the explanation. Let's now move on. Let's look at the first question. This one, let's see what is the question that we have. Find the odd one out. We have been given 4 different options and we have to find the odd one out of these options. The options are pen, pencil, paper and eraser. So, okay, let me tell you, pen, pencil and eraser. Okay, what are these 3 things? These are things which we used for writing, okay? And what is paper? Okay, paper is one such thing on which we write, okay? On which we write. So it is very clear, that is paper is the correct option in this case, option number C. Let's move on to the next question now. So next question is, in a certain code, Apple is written as BQQMF. How will mango be written? Okay, so these kinds of question, if you are not aware how to solve it, let me tell you. So we have one example based on which we have to understand the coding pattern and we have to find out the answer for the asked question. So let's see, A, B, which means plus 1 character, P, Q, 1 character, L, M, 1 character, E, F, 1 character. So we have understood the coding pattern, that is whatever is being asked, we have to give plus 1 character as the output or the next answer. So let's try to find out for mango. M, N, A, B, N, O, G, H and O, P. Okay, so we have also done plus 1 character. So the final output that we are getting is N, B, O, H, P. Let's see if we have that option. Yes, option A is only N, B, A, H, O, P. So answer will be option A for this question. Let's move on to the next question now. We have a number series and we have to find out what will come in the next one. So let's take this series 1, 4, 9, 16. We have to find out what will come here. Let's try to understand the pattern here. First of all, if you see, first one is 1 square, second one is 2 square, third one is 3 square, fourth is 4 square. So what will come next is 5 square, which is going to be 25. The correct answer is going to be option B, that is 25. Now guys, before moving on to the next question, I want all of you that don't just watch the solutions directly. Just wait for a moment or pause the video and try to think of the solution in your own mind. That way your memory power will increase and you will find you will get the approach of how to solve these types of question. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. We have the question as, a family has 4 children. The ages of 3 of them are 5, 7 and 10. Okay, so let's note down the ages 5, 7 and 10. If the sum of the ages of all the children is 30, what is the age of 4th child? Okay, this is a straightforward and easy question. We have been told that we have 4 children and the ages of 3 of them are given and 4th one is not given, and we are asked to find out the age of the 4th one. But we are also given a hint that the sum of their ages is what? 30. Okay, so let's try to solve it in this way. 5 plus 7 plus 10 plus x will give us 30. Okay, let's sum them up. 10 plus 7 is 17 plus 5 22. 22 plus x is 30. So x equals to 30 minus 22, which gives us the answer as 8. So the correct answer will be option A, which is 8. If a car travels 60 kilometers in 1 hour, how far it will travel in 3.5 hours at the same speed? Okay, so before we start solving this question, guys, I want to let you know that the options are wrong in this case, but we will find out the correct answer for it, so don't worry. So okay, so this is a speed based question, so you should know that the formula for speed is distance upon time. Okay, so if you are aware of this formula, then it will be easy for you to solve these types of questions. So speed that is given to us is what? 60 kilometer. Okay, so speed is 60 kilometer, distance is given to us as what? Okay, distance is the one that we have to find out and time is given to us as 3.5 hours. So how we will find out the distance? 60 into 3.5. So when we will do 60 into 3.5, we will get 210. So our answer will be 210 kilometers. So guys, as I told you in the starting only, that the correct option is not there. So if there would be an option 210 kilometer, that would be the correct one. So let's now move on to the next question now. So the next question that we have is based on average. So let's try to solve this. The average of a score of 4 students is 20. If the scores of 3 students are 18, 20 and 19, what is the score of the fourth student? Okay. Now this is again a bit of tricky question if you have not practiced it before. So let's see how can we do that. So we have been given the average of 4 student, which is 20. Now we have to find out the total. See, average is what? Average is like of 4 students. So what is the total? How can we find out? 4 into 20. Okay, so 4 into 20 is what? 80, which because average is for 1, right? So 4 into 20, when we do it, we will get 80. So 80 is the total score. So what we can do is then 80 plus 21 plus 19 plus one more student is there, which we will consider at as x, and then we will do 80. Okay, and now what we will do, we will calculate 18 plus 21 plus 19. So this will sum up to what? It will be 58. Okay, plus x equals 80. X equals to what? 80 minus 58, and this will be what? 23. So the correct answer will be option number B. Okay, so let's now move on to the next question. Okay, a pie chart shows that 25% of the company sales come from product A. If the total sales are $200,000, how much revenue is generated by product A? So we know that product A has how much revenue? 25%, and total sales is what? $200,000, right? So 25% of $200,000 dollars will be our answer, because we are asked the revenue generated by product A in dollars, or the actual revenue generated by product A, right? So it will be how much? Let's try to solve it. 25 by 100 into 200,000. So this will cross off, and then when we will solve it, the answer that we will get is 50,000. Okay, so let's see the option that we have. Answer option B is the answer for this question. Moving on to the next question now. Find the missing numbers. Okay, again we have a number series 2, 6, 12, 20, and then what is the next one? Let's try to find out the pattern. The difference between 2 and 6 is how much? Plus 4. Then 6 to 12 is what? Plus 6. Then 12 to 20 is plus 8. Then what will be the next one? So you can see a pattern. Initially it was 4, then a plus 2 pattern is happening. Okay, and then again a plus 2 pattern is happening. So 4 and then 6 and then 8 is getting added, and then now what should be get added is 10, because 8 plus 2 is 10. So 10 should get added in this one. So the correct answer for this should be 30, which is option A. Okay guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure to do so that you don't miss any updates. Moving on to the next question. If a square has a perimeter of 36 centimeter, what is the area of a square? Okay, for this one you should know the perimeter formula. So perimeter formula is what? 4 into side. Okay, so we are given perimeter value, okay, which is 4 into side is equals to what? 36. So side is what? 36 by 4, which is 9. Okay, so we now have the side value, and now we are asked the area. So you should also know the formula for area, which is side square, which is 9 square. So which is 9 nines are 81, right? So the correct answer should be 81. I think we don't have that option here, but yeah, maybe sometimes the options are messed up. So but the correct answer in this case is 81. Let's move on to the next question now. Okay, the next question is, a man walks 50 meters towards east, and then 50 meters towards north, and then 50 meters towards west. What is the shortest distance between his starting and ending points? Because these kinds of questions are very common. So for that you should know this direction chart diagram, which is very important. So this is our north, this is south, and then we have east and west. So this is our east and this is our west. Let's consider that the man is here. Okay, so I will make the diagram here so that it won't be like very much dirty or something. A man walks 50 meters towards the east, so this direction. Okay, so 50 meters he has came here. Okay, this is 15 meters of direction. Now he is at this point right now. Then he is traveling 50 meters towards the north. So from here to north 50 more meters he is traveling. So right now he is at this position. Then he is traveling again 50 meters towards the west. Again from here the west direction is this. So again, he is at this position. Now his final point is this and his starting point was this. So we have to find out the distance between the final to the starting. So it is obviously 50. We can directly see from the diagram. So the correct answer for this question is option number A, is 50 meters. So let's move on to the next question now. If the total cost of 3 books is $60, what is the cost of 10 books? Okay, so let's try to solve this one. 3 books is equals to what? $60. So one book will be how much? 3 by 3, which is going to be 20. So the cost of one book is $20. Now we have to find the cost of 10 books. So 10 books is what? Cost of one book into 10, which is 20 into 10. So 200 is the cost of 10 books. So the correct answer for this question is number A. Moving on to the next question now. The store sold 120 items in a day. If 30% of the items sold were electronics, how many electronics were sold? Okay, so let's understand this question first of all. The percentage of electronics sold is how much? 30%, right? Now, number of electronics sold will be how much? Number of electronics sold will be 30% of total sold, right? So 30% of total sold only we are asked, right? How many electronics were sold? So 30 by 100 into 120. So this will cut off and the final answer that we will get is 36. Okay. So do we have 36 as the option? No, again, the option is not there, but the answer for this question is 36. Let's move on to the next question now. In a class of 50 students, 30 like basketball, 20 like cricket, and 10 like both. How many students like only basketball? So these kinds of questions are also very common. So see, total students are what? 50, and basketball, who likes basketball is what? 30. Okay. Now these are not the only ones who like only basketball. These are like who likes basketball but might also like other sport also. Okay. So you have to understand that. The one who likes cricket is 20 and both is what? 10. Now we are asked only basketball. So only basketball we will find out. So how we will find out? So only basketball, what we will do, we will find out who likes basketball. Okay, first of all, basketball as in the common, like that basketball ones who can also like other sport too, and then from that we will subtract both ones. Okay, so 30 minus 10 will give us 20. This will give us the ones which like only basketball are 20. Okay, answer is option number A. Okay, so let's now move on to the next question. Find the next number in the series. So we have been given a series 5, 10, 20, 40. So what is the next term in this one? So let's try to find out. 5 to 10 is what? Plus 5. 10 to 20 is plus 10. 20 to 40 is plus 20. So clearly it is getting double every time. Initially the difference was 5, then 10, then 20. So this time it is going to be 40. So the correct answer in this case will be 40. So because our 40 and this plus 40 will give us 80. The correct answer for this question is 80. So option B is the correct answer. Let's look at this question. So in this question, what we need to do is let's first read the problem statement. The first and the last sentences S1 and S4 of a passage are given, whereas some sentences S2 and S3 are missing. Identify the alternatives that will meaningfully fill in the blanks against S1 and S2 respectively. Basically what we are told is we have 4 sentences S1, S2, S3 and S4, and the positions of S1 and S4 are correct. Now we need to select S2 and S3, right? What will come in S2 and S3, and we are given 4 options. So out of 4 options we have to select which one will come in S2 and then which one will come in S3, and we are given different options. Okay, so first let's read the statements which are already given, and then we will analyze what will come in S2 and S3. A train journey changed Gandhi's life and eventually the course of history. Okay, then we have sentence 2 and sentence 3, and the final sentence is, but I have a first class ticket, Gandhi said. That doesn't matter, replied the conductor, no coloreds. Okay, so let's see. We have these alternatives. First let's give these alternatives a read, and then we will see what will come in those sentence 2 and sentence 3. Mahatma Gandhi pushed the Brits out of India with some unorthodox methods that we often take for granted. The conductor insisted Gandhi to move to the third class R. It was 1893 late at 9 in South Africa that a barrister named M.K. Gandhi was traveling uh, first class when a white passenger entered the compartment, took one and took one look at him and summoned the conductor. Should he retreat to India or remain in South Africa and fight injustices like the one he has just experienced? See, so guys, in first sentence, the correct one that will come will be R. Okay, so here R will come. Why so? Let's read this. See, option R is basically setting the scene. Okay, because when you read statement first, it is saying a train journey changed Gandhi's life and eventually the course of history, right? And then this is setting up the like what do we say, this is setting up the scene of the paragraph, right? So option R is the correct place in sentence 2 because it is setting the scene by providing essential background details like time and then place and then Gandhi's status, right? So all these things are mentioned there. That is why R will come in the first sentence, and then what will come is in the third sentence will come Q. Okay, so Q, that is the conductor insisted Gandhi to move to the third class. So Q basically is describing the immediate trigger of the dramatic exchange. Basically, see what it is going on is in R, late night in South Africa, the barrister named M.K. Gandhi was traveling first class when a white passenger entered the compartment, took one look at him and summoned the conductor. See, and where the sentence was ending, like he summoned the conductor. So after the conductor is summoned, what will happen? That should be continued. So this statement is correctly mentioning that. That is why the conductor insisted Gandhi to move to the third class. Okay, so the correct answer that we have got is R and Q. Okay, so which is option number D in our case. So the correct answer for this question is going to be option number D. Okay, so let's now move on to the next question. Let's read this question. Again, we are given 4 sentences and the first and 4 sentences are already given. We need to find what will come in sentence number 2 and sentence number 3, and we have 4 options. Okay, let's first start reading with the sentence 1. Galen of Pergamum was a Greek physician, surgeon and philosopher in the Roman Empire. And the final sentence is, and yet Galen never conducted anything resembling an experiment. Okay, so see, let's first quickly give a read to all the alternatives that we have. His writings were indisputable source of medical authority for more than 1,000 years. It will be feel made with arrogance, hubris and sheer lack of scientific rigor. Doubt is no fearful thing, as we'll soon learn. It is in fact what propels science forward. Considering to be one of the most important accomplished of all medical researcher, Galen influenced the development of various scientific disciplines including anatomy, physiology, pathology, pharmacology and neurology. See, now see actually what will come in sentence number 2 is option number S. Okay, let's see how. Because for that we have to read first statement again. Galen of Pergamum was a Greek physician, surgeon and philosopher in the Roman Empire. Considered to be one of the most accomplished of all medical researchers, Galen influenced the development of various scientific disciplines. See, we were talking about Galen and then the further communication about Galen is only happening, right? That they are still talking about Galen only. So that is the continuation. That is why we have taken S as the sentence number 2. And then what will come in the next sentence is, it will be sentence number P. Okay, let's try to read it. So the sentence of Galen was ending here. Okay, that is Galen influenced the development of various scientific disciplines including anatomy, physiology, pathology, pharmacology and neurology. Then we are talking more. Okay, what apart from that he has done. So that is what we are writing. His writings were the indisputable source of medical authority for more than 1,000 years, right? So then that's why the correct answer that will come here will be P. And finally, and yet Galen never conducted anything resembling an experiment. So the correct answer will be sequence S and then sequence sentence number P. So what is the option? So option C is the correct answer for this one. Hope you have understood it, and if you have any doubts, let me know in the comment section. Let's now move on to the next question. So we are given this question. Let's read out the question first. Sentences of a paragraph are given below in jumbled order. Arrange the sentences in the correct order to form a meaningful and coherent paragraph. So we are given 4 sentences. We have to rearrange them to make a meaningful paragraph. Let's try to rearrange the sentences. First, we will give the sentences a read and then we will rearrange them. The first sentence is, Raja was the shoeshine boy. Raja was hardworking and wanted to take care of his family. So after school, he would sit near a cinema hall and polish shoes for a living. He lived with his mother and sister in a small juggi. See, so the first thing is we are starting to talk about Raja, right? So first sentence will be Raja A. Okay, that is Raja was a shoeshine boy. Okay, then next sentence that will come will be about where he is living. So he lived with his mother and his sister in a small jhuggi. Okay, then sentence D will come. Then what will come is sentence B, that is Raja. Raja was hardworking and wanted to take care of his family. Okay, so then the next sentence is sentence number B, and then C. Okay, see, the last sentence is, so after school he would sit near a cinema hall and polish the suits for a living. So this is the correct sentence, that is A, D, B and C. The correct answer is option number A. Basically you have to make the arrangement in such a way that this paragraph is meaningful when we read it. Okay, let's now move on to the next question. We have this question. Okay, let's read it. Select the most appropriate option that can substitute the underlined segment in the given sentence. So we have a part of the sentence which is underlined, and we have to kind of find a one word substitution for this particular part. Okay, let's see the sentence that we have. We live in a society that is not bound or connected to a religion or a religious body. Okay, so we have the different options as orthodox, rudimentary, organic and secular. See, there are different options, and let me tell you the meaning of each. Okay, then it will be easier for you to decide what will come. Okay, because you should know the like reason or the meaning for all of this. Okay, so see, orthodox means what? Implies adherence to traditional or established beliefs. Okay, so basically orthodox means it implies adherence to traditional or established beliefs. Okay, whatever the beliefs are there, we have to follow that. So, but see, here it is not about that, right? It is something else, not bound or connected to a religion or religious body. So that is something else. Okay, so rudimentary means what? Rudimentary means basic. We can say basic or primitive. Okay, but again, this is not about like basic or primitive also. Let's see the next one. Organic. Organic typically refers to natural growth or like composition, right? We know that. So this is also not something which is like exactly similar to this. And last one is secular. So secular is exactly correct, and the exact meaning of this, because see, secular means what? Secular means non-religious. Okay, non-religious. So non-religious or separate from religional institutions basically. Okay, secular means that. So the correct answer in this case will be secular, because secular means what? Not bound or connected to a religion or a religious body. Okay, so moving on now. So then in this case the correct answer is going to be option number D, which is secular. Okay, hope you have understood the answer. So let's move on to the next question now, guys. So before we move on to the next question, guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so, because it takes a lot of hard work to create this kind of content for all of you, and that too for free of cost. So please make sure that you subscribe to the channel, give this video a like so that it reaches out to more students and they can also prepare for it, and it also gives me a motivation to bring more such content for all of you in future. Okay, let's now look at this question. Again, we have the similar kind of question, that is select the most appropriate option to substitute the underlined segment in the given sentence. We have this sentence. Okay, let's read it out, and this is the underlined segment. Sujata may not be with us in this world anymore. Her mark, however, remains impossible to forget or remove. Okay, so see, again we have different options. Let me tell you quickly the meaning of this. Invincible. Okay, see, invincible means something which is unbeatable or too powerful to be defeated. Okay, so we can say invincible means what? Unbeatable. Okay, but here it is what? Impossible to forget, not impossible to beat. Okay, right? So that is why invincible will not be the correct answer in our case. Let's see fallible. See, fallible means what? Capable of making mistakes. Okay, so capable of making mistakes. Okay, but this is totally not making sense here, right? So this will also not be the correct answer. Next is gullible. Okay, gullible means what? Gullible means what? Gullible means easily something which is which can be someone which can be easily tricked. Okay, so again this one is also not the correct option. Yes, indelible is the correct answer. Why so? Because indelible is what? Means it is impossible to forget or remove. The exact meaning of this thing is only indelible. Okay, so I hope you understood it. So the correct answer in this case is option number D. See guys, the main thing is whenever these kinds of questions comes and when you are practicing, it is very important that you try to practice these new words, right? Because you never know, it will come anytime handy in your other questions, right? So try to increase your vocabulary as much as possible. Okay, let's now move on to the next question. Select the most appropriate meaning of the underlined idiom. We have this idiom and we have to tell what is the meaning of it. Let's read the sentence. My brother loves Sundays because on that day he can be a couch potato. Okay, what is the idiom that we have? I would say most of us have already heard about it, right? So you can guess it. I would suggest before directly seeing the answers, guys, please pause for a minute and then think of the solution in your mind. You will easily be able to think. If not, if you are not able to think, then you can proceed with the solution. Let's see the options that we have. A person who eats potato. No, this is not the correct answer. A lazy person. Yes. Couch potato is basically what? Couch potato is someone who is very lazy, right? The idiom couch potato is commonly used to describe someone like who is very lazy, typically like spending long hours sitting on the couch, right, without doing any much activity. So it is like not specifically mean someone like who eats potatoes, sleeps all day, or is simply allowed to use the sofa. Thus the most appropriate meaning is a lazy person, because see, these are what? A person who sleeps every day, whole day, right? That is also not making sense. Is allowed to use sofa. These are like very literal meanings, right? A couch potato, see, this is like related to sofa and couch. So someone who does not know might select this one as the answer. Someone who does not know again the meaning of it might select first one as the answer, because you know potatoes is coming. So you have to understand the meanings of the idioms also, and the very commonly or regularly used idioms. Moving on to the next question now again. So we have this question. Let's see first of all this question. Okay, that is select the most appropriate meaning of the underlined idiom. We have this idiom. Okay, let's try to understand the answer for this one. First, read the statement or the sentence. She was head and shoulders above the others in her dance performance, and the options are much taller than, far superior than, quite odd form, and very jealous of. So see, these all options are very clear to you, right? So I'm directly going to tell you the correct answer. That is, she was far superior than others in her dance performance. So the correct answer in this case is going to be option number B. Okay, so the option number B is the correct answer, because she was superior or good than others, right? So this is the correct answer. Let's move on to the next question, which is the following sentence has been split into 4 segments. Identify the segment that contains a grammatical error. Let's see the segments that we have. It was said that if you yawned beneath the tree, the prat would jump down your throat and ruin your throat and ruin your digestion. Okay, so we have to tell which of the sentence has grammatical error in it. So the options that we have is like, again, the different parts of sentences only are given as the options. The correct answer in this case would be this part. Okay, that is, the prat would jumped down. See guys, if you will read properly, you will get to know, okay, in one go only, that there is some problem related to verb form. Okay, that is jumped here. See, it should not be jumped. Let me tell you why. See, in this segment, what is happening? The error is with the verb form jumped, which is following would, because see, it is coming after would, right? So in conditional constructions, what happens is with would, the base form of the word should be used, right? Therefore, this should be the correct sentence, or this part would be the prat would jump. Okay, the prat would jump down. See, because we are using would, right, which means this is not about past tense. So that is why how can we use jumped here, right? So hope you understand it. This is a grammatical error. So that is why the correct answer in this case would be option number C. See, we don't have to tell the correct sentence. We just have to figure out which part has the grammatical error, and then our work is done. Let's look at this question. So we have this question, that is, select the most appropriate synonym of the given word. We are given a word, we have to tell the most appropriate synonym or the meaning of this word. Okay, the word is comprise, and the options that we have are include, reject, exclude, and abandon. So see, in this one, the correct answer is going to be include. Okay, because the word comprise means what? To consist of or to include. In other words, when something when something comprises several parts, it includes them as its component. Therefore, include is the most appropriate synonym to this word comprise. Okay, so the correct answer in this case is going to be option number A. Moving on to the next question now. So in this question, again, we need to find out the most appropriate synonym of the given word, and the word is knave. And the options that we have are fraud, idealist, selfish, and paragon. Okay, so the word that is that we have is knave. Okay, let's see what can be the answer for this question. Before that, I'll tell you the meaning of the word knave. Okay, what knave means is, see, the word knave refers to a dishonest or uncultured or unscrupulous person. Okay, basically, what does that mean? Person who is dishonest. Okay, so knave means what? Dishonest person, you can say. Okay, now with this you will get the hint. Dishonest person is what? Fraud, right? The correct answer in this case would be fraud. So just to give you an idea about the other the meanings of the other words, idealist is what? Idealist is someone who is having high ideals. Okay, so this is a positive word basically. Idealist is someone who is having high ideals. And selfish, we all know, someone like very concerned with their own interest. Okay, and what is paragon? So paragon means a mode of excellence or a model of excellence, basically someone who is a model of excellence. Okay, so for that we use the word paragon, but in this case the correct answer was fraud, because the meaning of the word knave is what? A dishonest person. So the correct answer is option number A, which is fraud. Moving on to the next question now. We have this question. The following sentence has been split into 4 segments. Identify the segment that contain grammatical error. Let's read out the sentence. The moon was a good 2 hours higher than when I had last seen. The sky and the night, through rainy, was much light. Okay, so we have to tell which part of the sentence has error. So the correct answer in this case would be was much light. Okay, let me tell you the reason for it. See, the segment was much light is grammatically incorrect, because in this context the sentence intends to compare the brightness or quality of the night, right? So, and the phrase should either be was much lighter. Okay, instead of it should be was much lighter. Okay, because what is happening, the comparison is happening, right? So that is why we should say lighter instead of light. So hope you have understood it. Next, the correct answer would be option number option number D. Okay, which is was much lighter. Let's move now to the next question. We have this question. The following sentence has been split into 4 segments. Identify the segment that contains a grammatical error. Let's read out the sentence. One Sunday, when the lady has chained him as when the lady has chained him up as usual and was about halfway through the forest, she suddenly thought she hears the cracking of a tree branch. See, in this case, the correct answer would be this one, because it has grammatical error in it. See, she hears the cracking of a tree branch is the wrong answer, because the error lies in the tense inconsistency with the sentence. Okay, so see, we have the thing that is she suddenly thought, right? So she suddenly thought is in the past tense. Okay, so the subsequent clause also should be in the past tense, but according to this, it is not in the past tense, right? So it should be she heard the crackling, okay, of a tree branch. Basically, hears is a wrong word here, so instead of it should be heard. Okay, and I told you the reason, because see, sometimes, you know, in order to find out the answer you have to see the preceding sentence also, because this sentence is talking in past tense. So how can we use the word hears, right? It should be heard. She heard the crackling of a tree branch. So in this case the correct option is option number D. See guys, in question we know that our main aim is to just find the error part only, not the reason for, or what, not the, we don't have to correct them. Okay, but we can only find out which has error once we know what is the error, right? So that is why we are practicing in such way. Moving on to the next set of question. Okay, now we have a question which is related to reading comprehension. Okay, now in this kinds of question what we usually need to do is we will be given a passage, we have to read it, and then we have to complete the following sentence or the subsequent sentence. I would suggest you that, okay, I will also read by myself, but you also pause the video for a minute, read the entire passage, and then we will take up the questions. Okay, so I am starting to read the passage now. Gregor Mendel was born in a poor farmer's family in Austria in 1822. He was very fond of his studies, but very thought of examinations made him nervous. He did not have money to study at the university, so he thought of becoming a monk in the monastery. He thought from there he would be sent to study further, which he was, but to become a scientist teacher. He had to take an exam. He got so nervous that he kept running away from the exam and keep failing. But he did not stop doing experiments. For 7 years, he did experiments on 28,000 plants in the garden of monastery. He worked hard, collected many observations, and made a new discovery, something the scientists at that time could not even understand. They understood it many years after his death. When other scientists did such experiments and read what Mendel had already written, what did Mendel find in those plants? He found that the pea plant has some traits which come in pairs. Okay, let's now see the next passage. Like this is the same kind of passage, only the next paragraph of that passage. Like the seed is either rough or smooth, it is either yellow or green, and the height of the plant is either tall or short, nothing in between. The next generation, the children of the plant which has either rough or smooth seeds, will also have seeds which are rough or smooth. There is no seed which is mixed, a bit smooth and a bit rough. He found the same with color. Seeds which are either green or yellow give rise to new seeds which are either green or yellow. The next generation does not have seeds with a mixed new color made from both green and yellow. Mendel showed that in the next generation of pea plants, there will be more plants having yellow seeds. He also showed that the next generation will have more plants with smooth seeds. What a discovery. Okay, so now we have read the complete passage. Now guys, in order to save time in this video, I'm not going to again and again read the passage. I'm just going to tell you the answer, but it should be very clear to you that you might need to read the passage twice or thrice or even 4 times also if required, because you see, for every question you might have to go into the passage and read out that which exact part is talking about this question which is being asked. Okay, but here, in order to save time, I'm just telling you the answers in one go. Okay, let's see the question that we have. Question is which of the following is the most appropriate title of this passage? So see what the passage is talking about. Based on that, we have to suggest a title for this passage. Okay, let's see the options that we have. The color of peace, an amazing discovery, a rare quality, gardening in the monastery. See, so if you guys have also paid it with some attention, you might feel that the correct answer will be option number B. Okay, the correct answer in this case is option B. Let's move on to the next question, which is select the most appropriate antonym of the given word. So we have the given word height. Okay, and then we have to tell the antonym of it. The options that we have are length, stature, depth, and figure. So see guys, in this case, even though I would suggest that, I would say that this question is not even related to passage. Even if this is a like separate question that is given to you individually, also you can figure out, right, the correct answer. The correct answer in this case is going to be depth, which is going to be option number C. Moving on to the next questions based on this passage only. Okay, so the question is select the most appropriate synonym of the given word. The given word that we have is traits. The options are actions, qualities, components, and routines. So the correct answer in this case is going to be qualities. Okay, traits means qualities, that is why we are selecting this word. And just to tell you what other words means, actions means actions implies things that someone does. Okay, and components means what? Components, it refers to the parts of a whole thing, right? And routines means what? Routine pertains to the habitual actions. Okay, so these are very pretty basic words, so you also can like guess the correct answer in that case. Let's see the next question that we have based on the passage. Why did Mendel join a monastery? The options are because he was interested in religion, because he was too nervous to pass the exam, because he wanted to continue his experiments there, because he didn't have money to study further. See, like if you have read the passage, the correct answer is because he did not have money to study further. Okay, it was there in the first paragraph itself on line number 2 or 3, if you have noticed it correctly. The correct answer for this is going to be option number D, which is because he didn't have money to study further, he joined the monastery. Okay, the next question is select the statement which is not correct. Okay, just make sure that you are selecting a statement which is not correct from the passage. Let's read the statements that we have. Mendel conducted experiments for 7 years on 28,000 plants. Okay, Mendel found that every pea has seeds which are either smooth or rough. Mendel found that the seeds of the next generation are in mixed new shades. And the option D is Mendel found that the seeds of the next generation are rough or smooth. So see, if you have also read the passage correctly, we have seen that he already, like he told at many places, that the traits of the seeds is going to be either one. Okay, either rough or smooth, or one color. Okay, either green or yellow. So this option C is a contradictory statement, which is wrong in this case. If you read this again, Mendel found that the seeds of the next generation are in mixed new shades. This is totally wrong. He never said that, right? He told that seeds will have only one color, either green or either yellow. And at one point he also told that there will be more yellow that we will be able to see, okay, in future. But so the correct answer is option C. Basically, he never said that there will be mixed shades. Okay, instead he said the other thing, that there will be no mixed shades. Okay, so the correct answer in this case is option number C. So guys, we have seen many questions now and we have practiced a lot of question already. Now I have two DIY questions for you. This is your DIY question number 1. What you need to do is you need to write down the answer of these questions by attempting it yourself in the comment box. Okay, let's read the question. Choose the correct option to fill in the blank. The question is, he was so tired that he could dash keep his eyes open. The options are hardly, nearly, mostly and closely. Okay, make sure to attempt it and write down the answer in the comment section. The second DIY question that we have is, select the appropriate preposition to complete the sentence. The sentence is, she is proficient dash French and Spanish. The options are in, at, on and with. Okay, make sure to attempt both the questions and write down the answer in the comment section. So that's all for today guys. I hope you found the video helpful. If you have any doubts, please let me know in the comment section. Make sure to join me on Telegram and Instagram as well. You can ask your queries in the Instagram DM as well, and if you need any content you can request it on our Telegram channel. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet to receive all the latest regular updates. I regularly post off-campus drives and preparation related videos for placements on my channel. So that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching the video.